and prayers for the Sin City Strip. Hell rained down from a military cliff. No real reason, no cause, no signs, just a room full of guns and an angry guy. Thoughts and prayers, token little deeds. It's all we can do while people bleed. What are lives worth? How do you feel? Or is your heart just numb like cold blue steel? Oh, 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 keep doing nothing. Oh, 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 thinking it'll change. Oh, 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 we hide behind freedom. Past and we pass the blame. Stick our heads in the sand until it happens again. Thoughts and prayers, do we change this time? Not now, when? Not when, why? When innocent kids are getting shot at school. Don't you think it's time for us to change the rules? Oh, 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 keep nothing. Oh, 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 thinking it'll change. Oh, 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 we hide behind freedom. Blame it on the past and we pass the blame. Stick our heads in the sand until it happens again. And prayers till the next time comes. Hang it on the sick and we'll hug our guns. When the young rise up and they march in the streets, is the clue right there for you and me. Oh, 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 keep doing nothing. Oh, 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 thinking it'll change. On the past and we pass the blame. Stick our heads in the sand until it happens again. Thoughts and prayers, empty blank stares. Thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers. Devil's crosshairs, thoughts and prayers. Well, good evening, everybody. I'm dressed up as a bank robber tonight, and I'm happy to be with you. Believe me, I am smiling behind this mask. It's good to be with you. Happy Wednesday night. Welcome out to Live and Local at the Rochdale Rocahouse. My name is JJ Voss, and I'm glad to be with you here tonight. I hope everybody is safe at home, and I hope you're not going too crazy and have too much cabin fever. We're supposed to be starting to open up, but they've taken a step backwards. So we're doing what we gotta, and I hope you guys are all okay. A shout out to all of the healthcare workers, first responders, and all of our essential workers out there who are going to work and not knowing what they're facing on a daily basis. So hats off to all of you out there. I just sing songs, so what I do isn't that important, but I'm glad that you took some time to make it important tonight on a Wednesday night. So this next song here I wrote for my lady, and I want to do this one for her tonight. This one is called "The Kind of Man." magic in your life. I wanna be your everything. That's the kind of man that I wanna be. Yeah, that's the kind of man that I'm gonna be. I don't always do right by you. I've done things I can't undo. But darling, there's still good inside my heart. I know my insecurities, they sometimes get the best of me. It's so hard to find my way out of the dark. Out of the dark. Oh, I know I've got a long, long way to go. I'm gonna make my way one step at a time. And I wanna be the sparkle in your eye. Wanna be the magic in your life. I wanna be your everything. That's the kind of man that I wanna be. Yeah, that's the kind of man that I'm gonna be. Ha! We've had a lot come our way, landslides and tidal waves. Against all odds, baby, here we are. Could never have made it on my own. It's the strongest love I've ever known. I know I'm a better man in your arms. Back in your arms. Oh, I know I still got a long, long way to go. I'm gonna make my way just one step at a time. And I wanna be the sparkle in your eye. Wanna be the magic in your life. I wanna be your everything. That's the kind of man that I wanna be. Yeah, damn it, that's the man that I'm gonna be. That one's from my lady Tammy out there. Thank you very much. It's a cold and blustery night out tonight, so it's good to be here in the warm, cozy atmosphere of the Rochdale Rocahouse. It's a really cool place here. They got art all over the walls, and they got those old Edison bulbs, and it's a really cool place to hang out. So I highly recommend the next time you're up in Northwest Regina, stop by, have a coffee, tell them I sent you. I'm a big fan of this next artist, and I haven't had a chance to see him live yet, but I hope to do that someday. It's a Jason Isbell song. You couldn't be happy in the city at night. You can't see the stars from the neon lights. The sidewalks dirty and the river's worse. Underground trains all run in reverse. Nobody can dance like me. Everybody's clapping on the 1 and 3 of mine. Last of my kind, am I? Last of my kind. So many people with so much to do. Winter's so cold, my hands turn blue. Old man sleeping on a filthy ground. They spend their old days just walking around. Nobody else here seems to care. They walk right past him like he ain't even there. Am I the last of my kind? Am I the last of my kind? His daddy said the river would always lead me home, but the river can't take me back in time. Daddy's dead and gone, and the family farm's a parking lot with the Waltons 5 and dime. Am I the last of my kind? Am I the last of my kind? I tried to go to college, but I didn't belong. Everything I said was either funny or wrong, and they laughed at my boots, laughed at my jeans, laughed when they gave me amphetamine. Left me alone in a bad part of town, 36 hours to come back down. Am I the last of my kind? Am I the last of my kind? 'Cause Mama said God won't give you too much to bear. Now that might be true in Arkansas, but I'm a long, long way from there. That old world's an old and faded picture in my mind. Am I the last of my kind? 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 Right. Thank you. Look up Jason Isbell's music, and you can get lost in it for about 3 weeks, and it's just great. All right. Well, this next song here is an important one to me, and I had the good fortune to write this one with another Saskatchewan artist by the name of Alec Runyons, and my special guest who's going to be joining us after this song. But I wanted to bring him out beforehand. I wanted to introduce this song and play it for you. We wrote this song on his boat floating around on the Katepwa Lake, and it started kind of as a shared experience that we have a shared friend who was battling cancer at the time. And it really shocked and amazed us the amount of courage and tenacity that she faced the cancer with. And everybody in their life at one time or another faces a monumental challenge, and sometimes you're not supposed to beat it. But this particular lady did beat it, and it is a testament to the power of the human spirit. And I would like to do this one for everybody and anybody who knows someone or is battling cancer. And I want to do this one especially for my sister Claudette tonight. This is called Just Watch Me. Watch me walk across that river, look the devil in the eye. Watch me catch a bolt of lightning, clear across the sky. Now you might think I'm crazy, but just watch me. Watch me walk among the lions, like I was one of them, like fear's not an option. This is not the end. I've got my cards out on the table. I'm all in, so just watch me. Let the naysayers neigh. I'm getting stronger every day. I've got my faith, I've got no time to waste to get to where I need to be. Yeah, just to watch me. Now I never thought I'd be here, but this is where I am. I've got a million burning questions. This was not my plan. So go ahead, light a candle, say a prayer. Then watch me. Let the naysayers neigh. I'm getting stronger every day. I've got my faith, I've got no time to waste to get to where I need to be. Yeah, just watch me. Now I did not pick this battle, and I'm not the only one. This battle's for you and me, and we've got to believe that it's gonna be won. So let the naysayers neigh. I'm stronger every day. I've got my faith, I've got no time to waste to get to where I need to be. I've got my back to the wall, I've got nowhere to fall. I'm standing up tall. Watch me walk across that river, look the devil in the eye. Thank you. Right now I'd like to introduce to you the man who started one of Saskatchewan's greatest bands ever, Faster Gun. Welcome Dean Kush to the show.
Hello, hello.
How you doing, Dean?
Hello, Mr. Voss. How are you?
I'm doing well.
I'm just going to grab my guitar if that's all right.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We're going to make a coffee over there, so that's good.
Yeah, it's a nice place, though. I really like it. I don't know if I should, now, we haven't discussed this before, but I've never asked someone, which mask are you wearing tonight as you sing?
It's a different time now, isn't it?
I've got this one, which is kind of thick, so I think Brent did the sound check with this one on, so I'm going to switch to my other mask.
Okay, well, this is kind of a trial and error type
See, and then
process.
the mask gets caught in here, and then everything just goes south after that.
Well, it's a bit of a trial and error process, so.
It is. Get these back in.
That one matches your shirt.
Thank you. I planned that. I planned that. It was whatever was in the drawer that my wife got for me or brought for me.
That's a pretty fine looking blouse you're wearing there tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. It's old RV curtains is what I usually go for.
Excellent. Well, it's great to have you with me, and we go back a long ways, and I'll say I always admired you as an artist, and we kind of knew each other as, you know, on the peripheral. We were friends. We didn't know each other that well until probably the last, probably 10 years.
Yeah.
We got to know each other really well, and we've been writing a fair bit together.
Yes.
Dean wrote, I think, of the 9 songs on the album, I think 4 of them, you co-wrote them
That's
with me.
correct, yes. You're making me rich. I love it.
We'll keep going to that mailbox.
Kids out there who are in the music business, don't be an artist. Just write the songs. Let these guys do all the work. They go running around, put on shows, stuff like that. Yeah, no, that is an incredible album, by the way, and I do show the story of, it was kind of myself and you and Alec Runyons. We kind of lived on the same end of town, too, and we tended to be hanging around, and I heard some of the songs that Alec had and some of the songs that you had. I realized that I I had a lot of terrible songs in my past, and then I needed to pick up my game. So I thank both of you guys for doing that, because it kind of made me think about stepping up again. So.
Well, I think we wrote some okay songs. So
Yeah.
And going back to early Faster Gun, you started the band, and it was originally called Steel Wheel.
Yeah.
And then they kind of were calling it quits and disbanded, and you joined. Tell us how that came about.
Yeah, well, we had a band called Steel Wheel, so from that group was Aaron Habicht, who's still, kind of the two last remaining hope of Faster Gun. And we picked up a few fellas, Jimmy Dean, Kelly Rubidge, and Chip Barcy, and we started this band, and it was a lot of fun. I don't think we were really that good at that point in time, but for some reason we caught fire. We had a couple of good tunes. That sort of took us off, and so, I knew nothing about anything, and suddenly we were on CMT. So it was fun, but it was also we still had a lot of learning to do. I think the guys would admit that, and also probably contributed to a bit of a big ego off the start. When you sort of start off.
I think we all kind of had a bit
Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, that's one of the things that I look back at. But yeah, there was that first album did really, really well, and we had a lot of fun with it too.
Well, have you got a song planned from it?
I do, and I'm still mad at you.
Okay.
Because you said, can you do some early songs? And I was like, well, I haven't played them forever, so for 2 days I've been like trying to cram this in, so if I screw it up. Yeah, this is a song, you're a farm kid like me. Well, technically I wasn't a farm kid. I grew up in a small town, we had a farm outside. And you know the life, you know the people. And I remember from as a young kid thinking about this song is really about my mom, because she was a homemaker, the head of the family in many ways. And I wonder, like, my dad was a World War II vet, and he became a farmer, and that's kind of what he was doing, that was his life. And I always wondered if mom had her choice, would she really have been doing that? I have a feeling she was probably a lot more adventurous and it was the time when maybe that wasn't possible. But yet, at the same time, the song's kind of a tribute because everybody sort of stuck together. Right. I mean, you did what you had to do. I don't know about you, but I kind of knew off the beginning that I wasn't going to be staying on a farm. It seemed like a bit of a casino game, really. Like, what's going to happen? Is it going to work? Is it not going to work? So, yeah, it's about that. And, simple song, early writing. I look at it now and go, I probably could do a couple things different. But this one's called Working the Land.
All right.
Been working this land way too long, but don't you tell him that to his face. He's seen this small town boom and fade, and he's gonna die in this place. He never sleeps in and he always complains. Eyes tilted upward, always searching for rain. He's a working the land. Beat up, calloused hands, with a dream in his heart and a look in his eyes only a farmer could understand. He's working the land. She's got some pretty good kids and a husband to match. Can't complain about the life she's had. She's made the best of a farm wife's tale in the shadow of a working man. Love to sleep in and she never complains. Eyes tilted upward, always searching for rain. She's working the land. She's more than a helping hand. Well, she's up and down with the coffee on, living a life she don't understand. She's working the land. He's a busy young boy with dreams in his heart about girls in the NHL. His father hopes that the boy will stay home and be ashamed to put it on sale. His mama sings on with the boy in her arms, praying like hell he'll get off of this farm. They're working the land. working hand in hand, with a dream in their hearts and a look in their eyes only a farmer could understand. They were working the land. Well, she's got dreams and he's got his farm. They got different points of view, but through the rain and hail and sunshine, they'll make it through. They're working the land. They're working hand in hand, with a dream in their hearts and a look in their eyes only a farmer could understand. They were working the land. With a dream in their hearts and a look in their eyes only a farmer could understand. They're working the land.
I love that one. That's pretty autobiographical, isn't it?
I was choking.
Was your first dream today? Whoops.
You're not supposed to be coughing in public.
You do what you gotta.
Sorry about it.
Ooh,
That sounds like a caramel macchiato to me.
I think so.
It's going to be something like that.
So was that your original dream, was to play in the NHL?
Yes, it was. I was decent. You know, they did a couple junior hockey camps and one WHL camp. Never really made it. And one time, I always tell the story. When I was about 14, we played a hockey game round robin with the four Western provinces. And on the Manitoba team was Theron Fleury. I don't know if you're familiar with the guy.
I've heard of him.
And we lost 9-1 and he got 9. And I kind of went, maybe there's some good hockey players out there and I could probably find something else to do for sure.
Well, it wasn't, there's very, very, very small percentage of people that go on to the NHL. You would have probably wanted to play for the Leafs, is my guess, right?
No. God, no. No.
You're a big Habs fan.
Yes, I am. And I remember that one camp, junior camp, and I got hit by a guy by the name of Kelly Buckberger. He played NHL with the Oilers.
I remember that
I
name.
mean, these guys were so giant, right? And I was about the same size, 165, 5'11". And there's these guys with beards like down to their knees, and they look like they're 48 years old, and they're 18.
Well, looking at next song here is which album was this one on?
This is on the Back Again album, our third album, and this was a song that was these songs I chose these because they were kind of really related to me as maybe not, let's say, the greatest songs ever written, but they meant a lot to me in a way. So there's a story behind this song. It's called California, and we were heading out to the Canadian Country Music Awards, and we were leaving like on a Thursday, and it was Wednesday night, and the phone rang, and it was a friend of mine. Her name is Tammy, and I purposely didn't answer the phone because she was the kind of person that was awesome, full of life, but you'd be on the phone for an hour and a half, right? It's going to be one of those really long calls, and I had to get ready, and I didn't. And the sad thing is like the Monday after the CCMAs. After the big award show and sitting in a hotel room with a hangover, right? I got a call that she and her brother had passed away in a motorcycle accident in California.
Oh, man.
And it was, we weren't like super best friends. We knew each other well, but it was that guilt of not picking up the phone, and it sort of stuck with me for a bit, and I'm not trying to overplay it as, something that dramatic, but so then I wrote this song just about that. It's called California.
All right, well, let's hear it.
Never came back from California, but she found her way home. A little bit south of San Fernando, with her brother in her arms. Hope she knows I was thinking of calling. Guess her father's passed the message on by now, but she found a way home. Well, I got the call one Monday morning when they told me you had left. Well, I felt absolutely helpless, pulled a dagger from my chest. With the dawn came a new understanding. You're probably catching up with old friends by now, but you found your way home. Oh, you don't need a map. Sometimes there's something guiding you home. Who knows how long the journey lasts? Just one turn and the next thing that I know, you found your way home. The page on my desk, it says December. There's a whisper in my heart. It takes me back and I remember. That's when the roller coaster starts. I got a picture of us on that weekend. It's when we thought our lives had only just begun. And you found your way home. Oh, you don't need a map. Sometimes there's something guiding you home. Who knows how long the journey lasts? Just one turn and the next thing that you know. Just one turn and the next thing that I know, you found your way home. Found your way home. All the way from California, with your brother in your arms.
I love that.
Thank you.
Must have been it must have been a form of therapy to, you know, you
Yeah.
probably a lot of regret. I mean, couldn't have known. There's no way.
Yeah, I don't know. I think for me, I've found out over the years, and even writing songs with you and other people, like, you know, I've been lucky to have written a lot of songs for other folks. Is when you're writing on your own, everything is about you. Like, I don't care how you twist it. It's always about you. You can't, even if you pick a song about coffee shops, that coffee shop's going to reflect something about
Your experience
with it. And like, I think about the first two songs are just about home. I mean, it was home when this was, you found your way home, and this next one is called I Want to Go Home, which is kind of, I don't know if I'm on a home kick here, but this one is a brand new song. So I played it for you the other day and you said it sucked, and I really got mad at you for that. It's not fair. You shouldn't say things like that.
Oh, come on. You can't vilify the host or else.
No, I'm just kidding.
Hey. You know, this song is very simple and repetitious. That's the genius in it. And those are my favorite songs, like that Isabel song that I played. That's just a very simple. I'm the last of my kind, the last of my kind, the last.
You know, we had you're back, you're back again. You know, just going back and forth. You know, just repeating that line. That was a popular song. Sometimes when you're playing those kind of repetition songs without a band and without a harmony, it sounds more repetitive. But when you're bringing up the instrumentation and you're bringing in harmonies, then you can get away with it a bit more. I actually wrote this song, just finished it on, I think, Sunday.
I know, it's great that you've been, through this pandemic, they've been obviously banking in your mind and they're coming out now.
They have, and I think I thank you, because if you wouldn't ask me to do this, I probably wouldn't have had the energy to kind of go forward. But this song, I wrote a third verse to this song, and I had to change the third verse. I made a reference to something which I felt strong about, but it was almost a matter of, I guess you could say, stepping on cultural toes. So right. I talked to a few of my friends in the community and asked their opinion. So I changed the verse this afternoon.
Okay.
If I remember it, great. If I don't, you guys don't know the words anyway. To all the people listening out there, this is brand new, so you can't sing along. And I always find myself playing this song too fast, so I'll try and keep myself in rhythm here. All right, this one's about just watching a movie the other, probably, I started this song like this. It went, so long, out it's gone wrong, so. But then I was like, I wasn't getting anywhere with this so long stuff, so I turfed that. I was watching a show. There's a soldier, kind of a World War II movie, and in that instance where he's near death, and it seems like when people are in the hardest circumstances, they always say they want to go home, or or they want their spouse, or they want their mom, right? And so I based this on those difficult situations and always wanting to go home. Beaches on fire, crimson red sand, shells screaming over like the voice in my head. And all I know is I wanna go home. All I know is I wanna go home. Kitchen table mama and the lily white snow. All I know is I wanna go home. Broken bottles, dirty needles, tracks left behind. Lost my find, oh, not to see. I screwed that up. I gotta do that again.
All right.
Broken bottles, dirty needles, tracks left behind. Off the wagon, chasing dragons, dreams have all died. And all I know is I wanna go home. All I know is I wanna go home. Sunday dinner, where you been, and let's catch a show. All I know is I wanna go home. Got the news, I'm so confused, I say there's no time. I got the news, I'm so confused, they say there's no time. Everybody likes a fighter, but I'm so tired. And all I know is I wanna go home. All I know is I wanna go home. Loving on behind me in a good old show. All I know is I wanna go home. All I know is I wanna go. All I know.
All I know is I wanna go home.
All I know.
All I know is I wanna go home.
All I know.
All I know is I wanna go home.
Kitchen table mama in the lily white snow.
Yeah, I love that song, Dean. You said people wouldn't sing along. I bet you after the first chorus they sang
Yeah.
the rest of the song. That's the hallmark of a hit.
I still didn't get that third verse right. I gotta try that again.
Well, you shouldn't put yourself on the spot like that, having to rewrite a song before the first
I
time
know.
you do it.
I got the news, I'm so confused, they say there's no time. Yeah, everybody loves a fighter, but man, I'm so tired. That's what it was supposed to be. Write it down, JJ.
I love that song, and I don't know if you're going to record it. If you're not going to record it, I want to call first dibs.
You want to call first dibs, all right? Unless, I'm expecting someone really huge to call me at any time about it.
And here I had to start losing weight.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, how have you been dealing with this whole pandemic thing? I'm quite amazed. This shouldn't be just kissing each other's butts, but you've really been on social media. You really did a lot of things. I'm proud of you for that. It's good stuff. You've stayed out there during a really tough time. I can't imagine how hard it is. I never was a full-time musician, right? I always had full-time work. I still do, and I just can't imagine, losing all that. So good for you.
Well, thank you. It's kind of tailor-made for me, really. I have always had grandiose, crazy ideas that lacked that lacked logic and merit, and
Yeah.
we're living in the time now where no idea is too crazy, and if you don't know how to do it, you figure out how to do it, and there's a good chance that you're the first one to be doing it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's almost been tailor-made for me in that respect.
Well, I know I talked to you over this period, and then there's pretty rough times. I can imagine it's really tough. So all those friends of ours out there who depend on this, it's really important. And hopefully one day there'll be a chance to play live. I know there's nothing better. Even these fine folks who are watching, that's not having any kind of response. Well, I know that the one lady was going like this. Yeah, I thought that was rude. No, I'm just kidding. They were all very nice, but just seeing a reaction of people either, sort of getting into the song or understanding the song is a big part of that performance aspect for sure.
It's huge, and it's been missing. And even though that the audience is so far away, it's so nice to see you guys. So,
Yes.
And Harlow's out there. Hey, Harlow. It's great to see you. Thank you for coming out.
How many millions of viewers do you get on these live streams?
Oh, at least 12.
Yeah?
Yeah, at least 12 million. Just under 12 million.
Nice.
You got another brand new song that you that fell out of you in the last couple of weeks.
Yes, I also finished this one on Saturday.
Wow.
It's one of those things, though, but I'm not me, I don't write a million songs, but these have been sticking around not the last one, but some other ones have been hanging around. Like this, I did a typical lick at the beginning of the song. I had an idea, and I just, again, because you sort of asked me to do this, I thought I'd actually finish something. So, and this is a real challenge for me because I'm actually going to be picking and singing. Now, this is not a Dean Kush thing at all. He can't do this. It's very hard for him. So I wrote this song about, how do I say this? We all know people, we've had people in our lives and we know them and we love them. They're wonderful. Maybe a spouse, maybe a friend, but sometimes people, they're like this and the next time they're like this. And it's exhausting at times especially if it's a couple where, at one point in time, the world's on my side, the next time, my life is over and it's just draining. And so I wrote that, but more in a couple perspective. But it's called Like the Wind. So,
and when I heard it, the first time I heard it, I related it to, the type of friend that comes in and out of your life. They know you when things are going awesome. They show up and it's great, and then they disappear.
Right.
So I kind of took that from it. And again, that's another hallmark of a great song when it kind of crosses the original purpose of the song or the original meaning, and somebody else takes something different from it.
Yeah, and I had sort of a wind concept in here. I don't know if you remember the song "Sinkin'" from our third album, but I really had a water thing going. I tried to put this one. I didn't try and overdo it too much on that, but you get the concept. Again, if I remember it. Well, you blew in again. Don't know where you've been, but I've you got some stories, that's for sure. You say it's different this time, that you see the light. Got some wind in your sails and you can make us work. Well, you'd think by now I'd smile and slam the door, but I'm hoping it's not like all the times before. Damn mask. Will you come and go like the wind? You're a gentle breeze, you're a storm that's raging in. There's no warning, no sign, there's no time. Should I shelter or just give in? 'Cause you come and go like the wind. Well, you're broken, that's unspoken. That's the reason why you can't hold on to love. keep trying, and I keep denying that the demons in your heart won't let you go. There are times when your heart, it takes my hand, and you pick me up just to knock me down again. Will you come and go like the wind? Well, you're a gentle breeze, you're a storm that's raging in. There's no warning, no time, there's no sign. Should I shelter or just give in? 'Cause you come and go like the wind. Is it Jekyll or Hyde who's showing up this time? Can't remember that next part. Is it Jekyll or Hyde who's showing up this time? Is the world all against you or on your side? Well, forgive me for asking, but I'm so tired. 'Cause you come and go like the wind. You're a gentle breeze, you're a storm that's raging in. There's no shelter, no time, there's no sign, and I feel like I'm giving in. So you come and go like the wind.
It's a pretty song.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I got to say, without a doubt, you're writing the best songs of your career right now.
I've got 5. So I got 5 more sitting there almost done. So I'm going to keep pumping them out as much.
The night is young.
That's
so
true.
Just keep singing. And
Just stay here till 4 in the morning.
you seem to do very well under pressure because you put yourself on the spot to finish new songs. What did I talk to you about doing this about a month ago?
Yeah, something like that. Yep. And I started working at. It's even funny how performing before, especially when you got the band and you got a whole crowd and it's a big deal. You feel that pressure to really, to do your thing. And for me now, not really being an artist out there who's selling themselves, I don't mind doing these things and I don't mind screwing up. It would have terrified me 10 years ago. Now it's kind of like, all right, don't buy my album then.
Well, at the end of the day, we're not curing cancer.
No,
are we? Or
no.
COVID.
We'd make some money if we could do that. What are you doing now, my friend?
Well, I want to play this one with you. This one, I'm going to be sending it out to the good folks at radio on Monday morning. So this one is on my album as well. And tune in. I believe I'm going to be on CTV Morning tomorrow, sometime I think between 8:40 and 9 a.m. And Global, I think I'm going to be on Monday morning. The song goes out to radio. And this one is, we wrote it together, kind of. I had been working on it for a long, long time, for, I guess at the time, probably 43 years. And I would sit down to it in spurts, and I had pretty good verses, I thought, but I couldn't connect the chorus. And sometimes you get in a rut where you only hear a song one way in your mind and you can't break that. Mm-hmm. That's why I love co-writing, because I bring it to somebody that I trust with a different perspective. And that's exactly, you walked in and you said, try this. And you gave it the chorus.
Right.
And it needed to lift, and it needed somewhere to go. And within 2 minutes, you had it. And so then I went back to work on it, and I just kind of kept sending it to you, and you said, oh, I like that, I don't like that. And I pretty much wrote the song, except for you. The chorus is always the king, it's always key. And the chorus is what makes the song. So
and those are hard things to give up. If you got a song, and I've done that for you, I have songs that I've had for 15 years that I won't co-write with anybody, because I'm like, one day I'm going to get it right. But sometimes you have to let it go. But the lyrics in this song, I think, the the stuff that we did in terms of the messages around bullying, but it's not kind of a bullshit, if we sing this song, bullying's all going to be done and we all can just log. But this was a sort of a reality check on it's generational. It keeps coming back, and
it's an uncomfortable topic.
It is,
and the hardest part is owning your own role in this situation, and that's what this one was about. When I started writing the song, I thought, this is too inside. This is something that I don't think anybody else will get, and I didn't know if I was really going to, invest in it and finish it. But it just so happened one night I ran into a guy that I grew up with back in my hometown. And he pulled me aside, and I hadn't seen the guy in probably 25 years, and he basically had me in tears. He kind of called me out in a very tactful way, because I treated him terribly in school. In my elementary years, believe it or not, I was the runt in the class.
I don't believe it.
It's hard to believe. But I got a pretty rough ride. I was the smallest in my grade. I was the last, one of the last born in the year, and I was terrible at sports. So that combination in a small town you don't do too well. But I hit my growth spurt at a certain point, and I kind of found my own way. I got into music, and I found my confidence. And for some reason or other, I passed that bad experience along to the next kids, and it haunts me to this day as an adult, because you think, geez, what kind of an asshole was I?
Well, and what do you thought? The chorus is, look them in the eye and tell them things are going to change. And I mean, I think you're putting the onus on the adults, right?
It is, definitely.
It's just going to keep on going. So yeah, I love the guitar lick in this, and I'm just going to sit back
and so the fact that we talk about it now, I don't think bullying is ever anything that's going to be eradicated or stomped out. But I think discussing it openly and talking about our feelings and taking into account our feelings, and when they get hurt, I think will, over time, people will maybe be accountable to themselves. So anyhow, this one is going out to radio on Monday, and I hope you can't relate to it, but if you can, this one is called Black and Blue. He don't take the short way home when the bell rings after school. It's a different route every day. Survival is the rule. Sometimes it's out behind the monkey bars, or that spot behind the gym. A time or two he stood his ground when they caught up to him. It's that same old helpless feeling, just another day. He don't see an ending to the game he's gotta play. That's what you do when you grow up black and blue. Look him in the eye and tell him things are gonna change. When you know too well around here, it's always been this way. When you bruise so deep, just can't help but learn. You wait your turn. Now these days things are different, and he's got all the friends. He's filled out, he's found his voice, now they don't fuck with him. Now he's the star out on the football field, the big guy in the gym. When that bell rings, I do my best to not run into him. It's that same old helpless feeling, just another day, another generation, don't know no other way. That's what you do when you grow up black and blue. Hey! change. When you know too well around here, it's always been this way. You're bruised so deep, you just can't help but learn. You take your turn, it's what you do when you grow up black and blue. A tough pill to chew when you grow up black and blue. It's just what you do when you grow up black and blue.
Nice work, nice work.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, I'm going to keep you for one more song, if that's okay.
Sure. Do I know it?
I don't know. Got to tune this thing first. My apologies to the folks at home.
Well, we are getting a bit of a cold draft in here when people open the door, so could be taking that guitar out of whack a little bit.
I think my guitar has COVID.
All right. What are we doing there, sir, while you're tuning?
Well, I had this concept idea for, I went for a long layoff between records, as you know. It was years, and I didn't know if I was going to do it. It was even worth bothering doing. And with all the things that are going on in the world, there wasn't a lot of positive stuff to write about. I didn't know if it was worthwhile doing, but, you know, I have to thank you for all of our bullshit sessions in the garage. And, you know, you kind of helped me craft the idea of how to put this together, and we tried to approach it with a positive spin on what was going on and what we could do to, you know, try to, instead of adding to the problem, to come up with some type of solution. And so it'll be way better if this is in tune, and the battery's dead on my tune.
Here, you want mine?
I think they ought
Just blows me off like that. You want this? I have special tuner.
So anyhow, we wound up, the common thread through this record is about being better people, whether it be personal responsibility of your own or, you know, trying to do your best in the community. And this song, I think, it's one of my favorites on the album. And
we had a kind of a good neighbor thing is what we, you know,
Yeah.
I think what we came up with was just being nice to each other. We got to live with each other. We talk about, you know, and I think in our minds we're talking about, you know, the newcomers to the city, to the province, to the indigenous, non-indigenous communities, that, you know, we have to get along. We got to be better to each other and sort of put it on ourselves, and then came up with this with a more positive spin, I think.
yes, somehow we all got to learn how to get along, is the bottom line. So this one here, I named the album, and it is called Come Along With Me. Come along, come along, come along with me. Side by side, hand in hand, the way it's supposed to be. Respect one another, let love take the lead. Come along, come along, come along with me. Do this one for Harlow. I refuse to let fear take control. The darkness sometimes finds a way to bleed into your soul. If we're lost in stormy weather, we can ride it out together. And the light that leads us home will be our road. Come along, come along, come along with me. Side by side, hand in hand, the way it's supposed to be. Respect one another, let love take the lead. Come along, come along, come along with me. Oh, come on. Do we really know we don't see eye to eye? When we haven't ever broken bread, we haven't even tried. At one time we were strangers, but now, sir, we are neighbors. And path we choose is up to you and I. Come along, come along, come along with me. Side by side, hand in hand, the way it's supposed to be. Respect one another, let love take the lead. So come along, to come along with me. Hey, come on. Yep. Come along with me. Side by side, hand in hand, the way it's supposed to be. Respect one another, let love take the lead. Come along, come along with me. Side by side, hand in hand, the way it's supposed to be. Respect one another, let love take the lead. So come along, come along with me. Let's listen to our conscience, not just our social feed. Come along with me. Hey, thank you very much for tuning in to Live and Local Wednesdays down here at Rochdale Rocahouse. I want to thank my special guest, Dean Kush. A big shout out to Creative Saskatchewan for helping to fund this so that we can do it every couple weeks. We're going to be back on February the 17th, so mark it down on your calendar. And you guys stay safe out there and be good to each other.
Bound to keep walking through the day. I keep walking miles away. I walk to work and I walk to play. I walk 'cause I got them bills to pay. I walk and I watch the world go by. It makes me laugh, it makes me cry. I walk in the morning and I walk at night. I walk into town in the pale moonlight. I walk and I lose and I lost and found. I wonder where it is I'm bound. to keep walking through the day. I keep walking miles away. I walk to work and I walk to play. I walk 'cause I got them bills to pay. I walk and I watch the world go by. It makes me laugh, it makes me cry. I keep walking through the day. Keep walking miles away. Mountaintop and valley low, straight ahead is where I go. If ever I might lose my way, I keep on walking anyway. I keep walking all day long. I keep walking to the dawn. And when